Mr. Higgs, or should I call you Dread Pirate Higgs?
Dread Pirate Higgs.
Dread Pirate Higgs, okay. I have some questions here, Dread Pirate Higgs, about your religion. Well, let's begin. First question, is this a joke?
It's not a joke. Elements of our religion are sometimes described as satire, and there are many members who do not literally believe our scripture. But this isn't unusual in our religion. A lot of Christians don't believe the Bible is literally true. But that doesn't mean they aren't true Christians. If you say Pastafarians must believe in a literal flying spaghetti monster to be a true believer, then you could make a similar argument for Christians. There's a lot of outlandish stuff in the Bible that rational Christians choose to ignore.
A lot of Pastafarians seem to be anti-religion and or atheists. Why is this?
We are not anti-religion. This is not an atheist club. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join our church, including current members of other religions. In addition to the atheists, agnostics, and freethinkers who have joined us, we have a number of Christian and Muslim and Hindu and Buddhist members, and we would love to have more. Note to the religious, you are welcome here. Let me make this clear. We are not an atheist club. We are anti-crazy nonsense done in the name of religion. There is a difference.
I don't believe that you or any of your so-called followers actually believe any of this.
Some Pastafarians honestly believe in the flying spaghetti monster, and some see it as satire. I would just make the point that satire is an honest, legitimate basis for religion. Satire relies on truth to be effective. If it's a joke where to understand the punchline you must be conscious of the underlying truth. Compare our religion to those built on lies. I'm not necessarily talking about mainstream religions, which are themselves often full of mysticism and ad hoc reasoning. But think of cults or churches where the leaders are scamming their followers out of money. These are groups where the followers fully believe. Are these churches legitimate since they have many true believers? Or can we agree that religion is as much about community as any shared faith? By any rational metric, Pastafarians are as legitimate a religious group as any. Arguably more so, since we're honest and rational.
We want to use the FSM designs for t-shirts and jerseys and posters. What's your feeling on that?
It's okay to use FSM materials for your own use and to spread the word. We're happy to see it. There have been a number of sports team and club shirts. We can provide high quality images and vector designs for screen printing. Just let us know. That said, do not sell Flying Spaghetti Monster products.
Pirate Higgs, what does the Flying Spaghetti Monster think of same-sex marriage?
The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster has no judgment on same-sex marriage, for or against. That is to say, all are welcome into the loving embrace of his newly appendage. And there are many gay bi members.
Let's look into the future. 1,000 years from now, Pirate Higgs, will Pastafarianism be a mainstream religion?
This is something we think about a lot. We sometimes wonder what the Church of Scientology, or let's say the Mormon Church, looked like 5 years after Joseph Smith transcribed the scriptures out of the hat with the seer stones. What worries us is that right now we can be pretty sure there aren't a lot of dogmatic, nutty FSM people around. But what about in 20 years? What about in 50 years? What about when someone figures out a way to make money out of this and turns it into some new age spiritual enlightenment thing? There are billions of Christians who are crazy serious about their religion, but who don't necessarily believe the things in the Bible actually happened. So, yes, we do worry where the FSM will go. We think the best we can do is work to instill in the church positive values that will keep us on a straight path.
Dread Pirate Higgs, can you tell me, how do Pastafarians believe that our world was created?
We believe the flying spaghetti monster created the world much as it exists today, but for reasons unknown, made it appear that the universe is billions of years old instead of thousands, and that life evolved into its current state rather than created in its current form. Every time a researcher carries out an experiment that appears to confirm one of these scientific theories supporting an old Earth and evolution, we can be sure that the FSM is there, modifying the data with his noodly appendage. We don't know why he does this, but we believe he does, and that is our faith.
Mr. Higgs. Oh, excuse me. Dread Pirate Higgs. Final question. To what extent do Pastafarians need evidence to support their beliefs? What is considered valid evidence, and why are some religious ideas lacking evidence believed more widely than others? For instance, why is Christianity more widely accepted than Pastafarianism?
Well, you managed to wrap 4 questions in that final one. But for many religions, acceptance is due to the time it has been around and due to the number of people who already follow it. For potential followers, it's often less a consideration of evidence and more a judgment that the collective group of followers is better informed. That millions or billions of people already follow this religion is strong social proof that there is something to it. The larger the group and the longer it has been around, the more pronounced the effect. But non-believers are overreaching when they dismiss this phenomenon of religion as wrong and useless because it so often lacks a basis in evidence. The fact that millions of people get something positive out of a religion, even if it is based in superstition, does mean something. That's not to say it's true, only that it has value. For many people, religion is about being part of a community and being part of something bigger and more important than themselves. This transcendent experiences are something that we want to emulate. Non-believers would be better off criticizing only on the negative, damaging parts of religion, and being less judgmental about the idea of religion in general. Non-believers get hung up asking for evidence, but really we should be looking at, why does religion thrive despite evidence? We should be pushing the idea of faith is not equivalent to evidence-based reason, without insisting that it's inferior, only that they are different ways of seeing the world, and that the problems happen when these worldviews clash. Pastafarianism is different than most religions in that we explicitly make the point that our scripture need not be believed literally. In other religions, this is known but not often said out loud. Many Christians don't take the Bible literally, but won't volunteer this. Pastafarian scripture has some outlandish and sometimes contradictory components. And unlike these scripture of mainstream religion, these pieces were intentional and obvious. And our congregation is aware of this.